Governor Newsom wants to add a new amendment to the United States Constitution. It would take a stand against gun violence and a lack of action by Congress.
If this is how Gavin Newsom's going to kick off his presidential campaign, he needs to just go ahead and quit now. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC, P.A.N. Firearms for NRA certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And if you like my channel and like my content and what I do here, you can support me with the link in the description box. Everything is appreciated. Let's talk about this. Now, this just came out June 8th, and Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, is proposing a 28th Amendment to the Constitution, which will basically, he claims, will end America's gun violence crisis. Now, for those of you who are not aware, California is basically a hole, and everybody knows it. And it's because of his leadership is the reason why California is in the state that it's in, especially when it comes to violence and crime. They have one too many woke Soros-funded DAs who just basically carte blanche allows crime to happen. They're actually going to pass a law, or trying to pass a law in California where the employees cannot confront shoplifters. What do you think the result's going to be? But let me bring you back to this fool's, and that's putting it nicely, little tirade here. He's proposing putting another amendment to the Constitution and to what he claims will end gun violence. But what is fascinating is, one, this thing has no chance. No chance. You need 2/3 of both houses to go along with it, and you need 3/4 of the states to agree to have this go in, and that's not going to happen. So why is he doing it? Because he wants to run for president. He's gaslighting. Okay? He has no real solutions for gun violence. He has no solutions for violence in general, other than being a progressive. He's an idiot. Now I want to finish playing the rest of that clip, get an idea, and for context, get an idea what's going on. So let's go ahead and watch that.
Well, that's what the governor said this morning. He says this certainly takes a stand against all the gun violence that we're seeing across the country and the fact that Congress so far has not done anything. Now, he says the amendment will place in the Constitution gun safety measures that he says Democrats, Republicans, independents, and gun owners would support while leaving the Second Amendment unchanged. Now, this is part of the proposal. It would raise the minimum age to buy a gun from 18 to 21. It would also mandate universal background checks. It would establish waiting periods when buying guns and prevents people from buying assault rifles.
They say we can't stop domestic terrorism without violating the Second Amendment, and that thoughts and prayers are the best we can do. I'm here to say that's a lie. In this country, we do have the power to change things, to reclaim our freedom from fear.
The NRA issued a statement today saying, quote, Newsom's latest publicity stunt once again shows that his unhinged contempt for the right to self-defense has no bounds. California is a beacon for violence because of Newsom's embrace of policies that champion and criminalize and penalize the law-abiding citizens. That is why the majority of Americans rightfully reject his California-style gun control. Now, his plan is to get more public attention on this issue, but its chances of passing are almost zero. A proposed amendment to the Constitution must be passed first by 2/3 of both houses of Congress, then ratified by the legislatures of 3/4 of the states. Democrats now control 20 state legislatures across the country.
Okay, you heard that and you saw that. As they said in the video, of course, this has zero chance of passing. Zero. But I want to bring you into this, and I just want to go over this briefly because you already caught the end of this and the gist of this, and you already know this is a bunch of nonsense. He's gaslighting. That's it. That's what he's trying to do. But I want to bring you into here, and this is from his website, the officer of the governor, and I'm going to go down to right here. It's just real quick. Today, Governor Gavin Newsom proposed a 28th Amendment to the United States Constitution to enshrine fundamentally broadly supported gun safety measures into law. Once again, this is from his website. They're never, ever going to provide you facts. Where did he get this broadly supported gun safety measures? Who broadly supports it? Where did it get information from? They asked 1,000 people from an anti-gun group or 1,000 people from a very specific demographic to get the results that they want. Or they ask them a question that has nothing to do with what we're talking about here, then use that results. As you remember, they did that, that was back in the mid-2000s. They kind of put out a poll saying, do you support stronger background checks? And 90% of the people said, yes, we support stronger background checks. They used that 90% to then say, Americans want an assault weapons ban by 90%. You remember that? Okay, so it's the same game, but while leaving the Second Amendment unchanged, well, if you already heard what he wants to do. How is that leaving the Second Amendment unchanged when you want to tell 18-year-olds, yes, we can send you to war, but you can't buy a gun in the country? Okay, and respecting Americans' gun-owning tradition. The governor's proposed guarantees common sense constitutional protections and gun safety measures that Democrats, Republicans, independent voters, and gun owners overwhelmingly support. Nobody asked me about it. Including universal background checks, raising the firearm purchase age to 21, instituting a firearm purchasing waiting period, because that's really going to prevent criminals from doing what they do, and barring the civilian purchase of assault weapons. But we're not trying to change the Second Amendment. Just remember, technically, the musket is a weapon of war. But, quote, our ability to make a more perfect union is literally written into the Constitution, said Governor Gavin Newsom. So today I'm proposing the 28th Amendment to the United States Constitution to do just that. The 28th Amendment will enshrine in the Constitution common sense gun safety. You know, once again, there's that. They must send out an email chain saying, use these words, common sense, gun safety. When in reality, it's a ban and an infringement on rights. But while leaving the Second Amendment unchanged and respecting Americans' gun tradition, bullshit. Okay, and you've heard the four things that they want to do. Here we go. Always saying the same thing. The 28th Amendment will permanently enshrine four broadly supported gun safety principles. Once again, who's broadly? Where did this wording come from? Who is it that came out and said, yeah, we support all this? What is crap? Okay? It's absolute garbage. But raising the federal minimum age to purchase a firearm from 1821, violation of the Constitution, mandating universal background checks to prevent truly dangerous people from purchasing a gun that could be used in a crime. Well, a background check, just remember, several of these unfortunate tragedies, the purchaser or the person who actually did the crime passed the background check. Universal, and they never tell you what is a universal background check as compared to the NICS system. They never really tell you because they don't know. Institute a reasonable waiting period for all gun purchases to do what? Once again, how does that prevent gun crime? Barring civilian purchases of assault weapons, violation of the Constitution that serve no other purpose than to kill as many people as possible in a short amount of time. Weapons of war our nation's founders never foresaw. And there's the biggest bullshit lie ever. The founding fathers were the most forward-thinking people you could ever possibly meet. That's why they said arms. They didn't say right to own a musket, right to own no, they said arms. Benjamin Franklin, if you read the actual biographies of the people who actually signed the Bill of Rights, Constitution, these people were so forward-thinking, it's amazing. Okay? For them to say that the weapons of war a nation's founders could never foresee, well, the musket, as I said before, was a weapon of war. Everybody used it and everybody owned it. But to say that they couldn't foresee advances in technology, that's why the First Amendment is not relegated to a pen and quill. Okay? The social media and the internet, First Amendment goes with it. The Constitution goes with technology. You know, I always had an argument. I remember once, 2012, when they had the hearings for the Sandy Hook, the SB 1160 hearings, and one person said that, if lightsabers lightsabers are not included in the Second Amendment, kind of a joke towards Star Wars. And I had to correct them by saying if lightsabers were basically the weapon of choice during the writing of the Constitution, the Second Amendment would apply to lightsabers. Technology does not hamper the Constitution. It does not negate it. But I'm going to come out of that. So this is Gavin Newsom. Plain and simply, he's just doing his little pitch for his presidential run, which would be absolutely frightening because he's going to find out the moderate Democrats are not really on his side. Okay? He's going nowhere. But could this be like his little move, much like Kamala Harris, who basically dropped out after the first primary votes, who then all of a sudden became, vice president? Could be his move there. But this is going nowhere, but it's idiotic. It does not end gun violence. It doesn't end violence or anything else. And we, come on now. Those of us with half a brain cell know good and well, telling good people what they can and cannot do has nothing to do with crime or violence. But once again, I tell you right from the beginning, this is Governor Newsom gaslighting for his potential presidential run. That's all it is. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I will see you on the next one. Peace.